I moved out on my 18th birthday because my dad replaced my mom within 3 years of her death. My mom died when I was 10 years old. It was sudden, a car accident on her way home from work. One day she was there tucking me in at night. The next day she was just gone forever. Dad seemed really sad at first. He'd sit in the living room staring at her photos for hours. But then, exactly 1 year after mom died, he started dating this woman named Karen. I remember meeting her for the first time at a restaurant and feeling sick to my stomach the entire dinner. 2 years after mom died, dad married Karen. 3 months after that, they announced she was pregnant. I was 13 years old, watching my dad start this whole new family while I was still crying myself to sleep missing my mom. That's when I started running away. The first time I packed a backpack and walked to my friend's house 3 miles away, the cops brought me home that same night. I ran away 5 different times that year because I couldn't stand being in that house anymore. The worst part was coming home one day and realizing all of mom's photos were gone from the walls. Her perfume bottles that used to sit on the bathroom counter, gone. The blanket she crocheted that was always on the couch, gone. It was like dad had erased her completely. When I asked him about it, he said we needed to move forward as a family. He actually told me we couldn't be held back by mom anymore, like she was some kind of burden instead of the woman who raised me for 10 years. Karen kept trying to act like my mom. She'd tell me she knew I needed a mother and she'd do everything to be that for me. One day, I completely lost it and screamed at her to drop dead and get out of my mom's house. Dad cried for the first time since the funeral when I said that. He tried everything to make me accept them. Family therapy that I refused to participate in, forcing me to go to the park with him and his new kids, making me ask Karen for help instead of him. They even made hugs mandatory in our house, so I just stopped letting anyone touch me at all, even dad. When I was 16, I tried running away again, and dad caught me. He put locks on my bedroom window and installed cameras. He told me I wasn't going anywhere until I accepted our new family, so I waited. I counted down the days until my 18th birthday, like a prisoner marking time on a cell wall. The morning I turned 18, I packed everything I owned into 2 suitcases and left while dad was at work. I moved into a tiny studio apartment across town that I could barely afford. Dad showed up that night crying and begging me to come home. I told him home isn't with his replacement family, and I didn't care about Karen or his other kids. He looked so hurt, but I didn't care anymore. Karen even called me crying saying she loved me. I told her I don't love her back and to stay out of my life. Dad kept trying to contact me, calling from different numbers when I blocked him. He kept saying he wanted to help me accept them. Then one day he showed up outside my school in front of all my friends and classmates. He was standing there asking me to come for family dinner. I told him no and walked away. He followed me to my car saying I was running away again and that I should be happy he moved on after mom died. That's when I said it. I told him to give it another 3 years and he'd probably move on from me too, just like he moved on from mom. His face went completely white. Now his parents, my grandparents, keep calling me selfish. They said, I'm punishing dad for not grieving mom forever. I told them if he really loved mom, he would have waited more than 3 years before replacing her and starting over like she never existed. They said, I never grew up past being 10 years old. Maybe they're right because I still miss my mom every single day.